as far back as I can remember, I've had family members that were very much, you know, uh, they took a lot of their, religious and political views from the church that they were attending. And family members that listen to clergy, that take advice from religious orders, people that wear vestments, that have a title. They've been, that people in my family give a lot of trust, and they give a lot of credentials and credibility to clergy people. So I've always been, since I was a youngster, I was brought up and raised in a parochial school, so I had a lot of exposure to the catechism and the indoctrination, and then the going to the Mass and learning about the Mass and the Last Supper, and learning about Holy Communion and about confession and about the sacraments, that you're supposed to do, baptism and confirmation and communion, or baptism, communion, confirmation, marriage, and then there was, if you're going to be ordained, there's something like that, and then there's another one. Yeah, so it was always, and they were very much believed that when the spermatozoon combined with the ovum, that the cells, once the two gamete cells came together and joined together, that was a human being. And the people that have been in my family, they're very much, they believe this. They believe this is a fact, that has the full rights of a citizen, that fertilized egg, just right there, as soon as it's fertilized, it's a human being. It has all the rights, and it can't be interfered with by a doctor or any person who has to. They believe that their God, once that fertilized ovum happens, they believe that the God, people in my family do, that should be they should let that live and let that grow, and nobody should interfere with it. So it's been very much, they're supporting financially right to life. My parents have put in thousands of dollars to support the right to life movement in the church, and they believe where they believe, and so they're very much believing that abortion is evil. That it's evil because there's a complete being there. They believe that that's a real sentient being. In the same way, in the Mass during Holy Communion, when the clergy person lifts a wafer, and they say this is the body of Christ, and then they take the cup and they raise it and they say this is the blood of Christ, and they bless it. People in my family have believed that really becomes flesh and blood of God. So it's like you're brought up in this, and you're from the time you're a little kid, you're taught about saints, and about Jesus, who was this son of this God, right? And then all the scriptures and the teachings and all that, or you're taught that, and then you trust these adults that they are telling you the truth, and you're not supposed to question the teacher. Shame, sit down in your seat, shut up, keep your mouth shut. I'm the teacher, I'm teaching the class. So it's like when you're a kid, you have to sit there at a desk and listen to the teacher, what the teacher's telling you. So religion and indoctrination, it was a lot of that in school for me. So I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from with this, because the people that are in the family that I grew up in believe this, but I don't. That's the cells of this. The body and the biology. I understand a biological function as a human grows from gamete cells. They're just, it's non-tissue, that's not nervous. There's no nervous system. The only sensitive areas within the woman's in the uterus. You know, the uterine wall is that very sensitive to the woman to feel that. So there's a very strong bond there. So that, you know, there's a psychological problems with miscarriages and then children that are malformed that have some kind of deficiency. It might be niacin or thiamine deficiency, or you know, so things happen. You know, we're just animals. You know, we're not. There's no mysterious magical, you know, being that appears at that moment. It's just we grow. Consciousness emerges out of our bodily process. So when we grow, as the baby matures in the womb, and the baby will finally feel. The baby will know it's there. It'll sensate its environment. It'll know it's breathing, and it'll feel its skin and that. So there's somebody there. When there is somebody there, then that's a person. You know, that's what I believe. I'm not, you know, I don't believe in magic and fairies and elves and angels and demons and goblins and the, you know, the man in the moon or whatever. You know, I don't believe in that. I've learned that just scientifically analyzing the world and what it is and what we are as animals. So anyhow, feel free to leave a comment. You know, thumb me down if you want. Thanks for watching.